What's up, everybody? My good friend Nathan Holtz. I went to a comedy show with Nathan Holtz before, and I was sitting in the back seat. He grabbed his credit card reader, he tossed it in the back seat. He looks at me, he goes, "Do not let me forget this." So I looked him in the eyes, and I told him what I knew was a bold-faced lie. I said, "Yeah, okay." So I could stand up here. I could stand up here in front of you guys, and I could tell you that our government has lied us into every single war we've been in. Or I could tell you that millions of people died of opiate overdoses and they did nothing about it. Yeah, I could tell you that, but ain't no snitch. It's true. Actually, I have a confession to make. When I'm in my car and I'm listening to rap music and I'm by myself with all the windows up, I sing all the N-word parts. I'm just kidding. Even if you paid me, I would never listen to rap music. That's also a lie. I love rap music. Do you ever like get into somebody's car and they're listening to rap music, and like the lyrics are saying all these horrific things about women, talking about dealing drugs and murdering people, and you're like, "Oh, cool. Who's this new rapper?" But if you get in somebody's car and they're listening to Jesus music, you're like, "What's with this weirdo?" It's true. So I'll tell you about my grandpa. My grandpa, he was a compulsive liar. So that's why none of us noticed when he got Alzheimer's. That- let them cool down in the back. So I used to smoke a lot of weed, but so I had to quit. The problem is I would get too baked. So you guys ever get like too baked, and then you're like looking around like, "Oh my God, everybody knows I'm high." So you're like, "All right, I gotta act cool. I gotta be cool. I gotta be cool." So then you start to wonder, am I standing high? So you start to stand like this. "Sir, this is a daycare center. We know you're high. Get out of here." So you ever hear somebody talk about a small town? There's always one person that says this. They say, "Yeah, the cops in that town are a bunch of assholes." Yeah, they say that, but what they really mean is that they drink and drive all the time. I had this friend, the same friend from the last joke. He was complaining to me. He's like, "Chris, I got 3 DUIs, and they're gonna send me to jail for a year." I was like, "Well, yeah, you got 3 DUIs. He's like, "No, you don't understand. I got 3 DUIs over 10 years. I said, "Listen, you've got 3 kids. You trying to tell me you only had sex 3 times in 10 years? I don't think so. So when I'm out and about all the time, people come up to me a lot, and a lot of people come up and they say the same thing to me. They say, "Man, you got a really good beard. How do you get it to grow in like that?" And I never tell them, but I'm here to let you guys in a little secret. This is how you grow a kick-ass beard. That's all there is to it. So do you guys think every time there's a new band formed in Jamaica, there's at least one guy that goes, what if we didn't play reggae music? So I actually had to quit drinking too. And I'm going to tell you guys the time when I figured out I had a drinking problem. So I went out to the bar one night, and I started drinking, and it was on a Tuesday. And it started to get really, really late. And then all of a sudden, everybody started yelling at me. Like, oh my God, why are these people yelling at me? And then this woman walks up to me, and she gives me a kiss. It's like, is it fucking New Year's? It was New Year's. So my grandpa from the last joke. He asked me, what are you doing this weekend? Well, not this weekend, I'm doing SnoJam. But he said, what are you doing this weekend? I said, I'm going to that wedding. He's like, you going to that gay wedding? It's like, yeah, of course. He's like, I ain't going to no gay wedding. Like I want it's two guys kiss. I said, Grandpa, they love each other. Plus, wait a minute, are you watching them kiss, Grandpa? He was watching them kiss. You ever have a friend talk about what they do with the time machine? They always say the same thing. They say, you know what I'd do if I had a time machine? I'd go back and I'd kill Hitler. Well, it sounds like a great idea, right? Well, it's a terrible idea. Let me tell you why. First of all, Hitler was a soldier. He was a tough guy. He survived 2 world wars. He survived 1.99 world wars. Okay, so you can't kill him when he's an adult. You got to go back and you got to kill him when he's a kid. So when Hitler was a kid, he lived in Austria in 1890. Okay, so you go back to Austria in 1890. How are you even going to find him? There's no Wi-Fi. Plus Google Maps is barely even in beta stage. Plus, you know what? Austria in 1890 is really dangerous. Do you know what the #1 cause of death is in Austria in 1890? Going back in time to try to kill Hitler. Okay, so let's say you do kill him. You come back. You try to brag about it. You're like, hey, I was the guy that killed Hitler. Like, oh, you killed the Hitler boy? Oh, my God. But that's not what I'm going to do with my time machine. What I'm going to do with my time machine is I'm going to go back to 3 weeks before 9/11, and I'm going to only tell Alex Jones about it. All right, thanks, everybody.